Hello, everybody. Welcome to We're Not Racist, We're Talking About Aliens. Today, we have something very special. What we're going to do is we're going to go onto this Reddit page. It is called ShittyAskScifi. What's going to happen is I'm going to ask one of these questions that is on here, and Liam and Jai are going to buzz in with their homemade buzzers, and they're going to... There you go. There's a sample of that. Yep. And then you answer the question to either the best of their ability or the way they think is funniest. I will pick who wins, and at the end we'll see who has the most points. You guys ready?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So you guys know The Force Awakens, right?
No.
Yes, kind of. Not really.
Okay, right. Forget it. Hold on.
No, choose that one because I hardly even know it anyway.
Neither of us know it.
Yeah.
So Rey, the main protagonist, at the end on a cliffhanger, she holds the lightsaber. I haven't finished yet, you fuckhead. Hold on, let me read the question. Then you get to buzz in, okay?
Okay.
So Rey's held her hand out with her lightsaber right at the end, and then the next movie catches up right from that point. So this person asks, how did she keep her hand outstretched the 2 years between the events of The Force Awakens?
Fuck!
That's Liam. Liam, what's your answer?
Okay. So, you know how with the Great Pyramids, they had scaffolding and they'd have logs underneath the big bricks as they bring the bricks up? Okay, what they'd do is they'd take the scaffolding and they'd build it along the cliff. So, this scaffolding might be
They build
5 or 6 kilometers long. Yeah. And then they have wet logs, and they bring up bricks to her hand and make sure that the very tip of her middle finger is pinching between the block and the wooden, the wooden log, and that's how she can keep her hand like that for about 5 minutes.
All right, do I get an answer now?
Yeah, you get to go.
Okay, so it's an extremely obvious answer. Okay, so for her to hold her arm up for that long, okay, what she does is she built up a lot of strength from spray painting down at the streets in Hawaii. So when you shake the can, you're like. You're like that, and you sort of, you just build up a lot of strength after you've done that. So basically, she just got a lot of strength, and she just holding up her lightsaber like that. And also, she how she's using 2 hands to hold it? Well, guess what? The strength that she was building up with the paint shaking can, she wasn't actually shaking the cans with her hands. She was using the force to shake it. So when she was holding the lightsaber, she was using the force to hold the lightsaber, and not her hands.
I think that's 20 points for Jai.
That's a point for Jai right there.
Yay!
I'll keep going.
Liam, your answer about the pyramids though was fucking hilarious.
In all these alien movies, after the monsters kill people who are armed, why don't the monsters use their guns?
Oh damn.
That's a Jai.
Okay, so the reason why they don't use the guns is because they're like dogs. They're like dogs. They don't have opposable thumbs. I mean, they're not thumbs. They're just fingers placed on the side of a hand, of the alien. So when the alien goes to pick it up, it's like trying to pick up a bowl of spaghetti with the tip of your fingers without your thumb. You get me, guys?
No.
Okay. So, as soon as they go to... Shut up, Liam, I'm not done, okay? This is science, alright? So, as soon as they go to try to pick up the guns, okay, they explode because of their alien flesh comes into contact with the metals that are on the gun. So, the aliens have gained to their knowledge that they can't pick up the guns, so they don't pick up the guns.
You gave 2 explanations in 1 sentence.
Yeah.
It's not good enough, Jai.
Yeah, that's why they cut off their thumbs. They used to have thumbs, but they just cut them off because they were like, nah.
All right, Liam, have you got a
I think I have a better one. Okay, so since the aliens, obviously aliens don't exist in real life, so the aliens are in another dimension, and that dimension collides with our dimension. And when the aliens in that dimension go and pick up a gun from our dimension,
Oh, for fuck's sake, here we go.
the particles in the gun interact with the particles in the alien in the other dimension and cause the moon to drift away from Earth just a little bit. That's why the moon drifts away from Earth at about 3 centimeters a year or something. It's because they're aliens trying to touch people's guns, especially in America. That's why they need gun control in America to stop the aliens touching their guns. But yeah, when the alien touches the gun, the moon moves, and when the moon moves, the other dimension moves, and the alien gets aliened and dies. So that's why they don't use the guns.
Okay, I'm not giving a point to either of you. That was shit.
No, Liam was amazing. Give one to Liam.
No.
Yes.
Fine.
Objection. He needs a point.
50 points.
No, you get 1.
50 points.
Okay, I got
Okay, no points for Liam. Fuck you.
I got a couple of I got a couple of Star Wars ones here.
Okay.
You guys know that Chewbacca's a Wookiee, right?
Yes.
Yes.
This person asks, do Wookiees have genitals? If I shaved a Wookiee's groin, what would it look like?
Oh, damn it.
That's a Jai.
Okay. The Wookiee's groin would look like a human brain. Now, you're probably thinking, whoa, Jai, that's really, like, what the fuck, man? That's really messed up. But when you think about it, okay, so, dogs. Dogs. Alright.
Brain.
Dogs, alright. They look like Wookiees, or Wookiees look like dogs, rather, okay? Now, the dog's head is much smaller than the average human. So, how do dogs procreate? They have sex with each other's heads. So, they touch heads. and they have babbies, alright?
Are you sure you didn't mean humans?
No, I meant dogs. So, when dogs go to touch heads, okay, they create babbies, because that's the genitalium in us. But you can't see it because it's like John Cena. But, so, basically, with dogs, genitals and brains are swapped around, okay? So when they're swapped around, it's you can't see either of them, except when they're a Wookiee. You can't see inside of a Wookiee's head, can you? You can't, because that would be animal abuse. Or you'd just be Asian. So, when you go to shave the Wookiee's nutsack, it's actually not a nutsack, it's their brain.
That
The
makes
end.
sense.
Okay. I just want to say this is such a great idea.
Yeah.
This is improv to the max.
I think. Oh wait, hold on. I'll let you answer this.
Okay, so...
No, I said in a minute. Fuck off.
Nah, disappointing.
I think that us trying to do this video is better than this video actually is. Like,
Yeah, us not planning this video just made it 10 better.
Yes.
and we can put up what happens when we leave recording to the last minute. And I was literally just deciding what the fuck we should do.
Alright, Liam, your turn.
Okay, so if you consider the amount of hairs on a Wookiee, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Shaving a Wookiee is akin to mass deforestation. And when I say the word mass deforestation, you probably think of the mass deforestation in Brazil. So what happens?
Wait, there's a mass deforestation in Brazil?
Yes.
Oh.
What happens is when you shave a Wookiee, the Wookiee actually turns out to be The country of Brazil. A portal to the country of Brazil.
It's like a voodoo doll.
Exactly.
That
didn't answer what the fuck the genitalia looks like, cunt.
It's a portal to Brazil.
That's a... Right, yeah, I'm done.
Who got the point?
Hold on, I'm just... Oh, I said Liam. Liam gets the point.
Oh, okay.
Damn, yeah.
How do random blue shells home in on opponents in Mario Kart?
Damn it. I had that.
I literally, I had my shaker out of my hand, and I was just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
Liam got that one first, actually.
Oh,
okay, you go.
Okay, so when you look inside a turtle shell, especially when the turtle is taken out of it, there's quite a lot of space in there.
Yeah.
So what they have inside the turtle is, inside the turtle shell, is they have a number of GPS locators. So the turtle actually communicates with satellites in space to get its exact position in the world. And then what it does is it has radars that stick out of all of the well, they don't stick out, but they cover the holes of the turtle, which is why it looks like there's still a turtle inside when in actuality there isn't. So these radars can detect their opponent, and using inertial navigation systems and a hell of a lot of thrust, they can kazoo their way towards their opponent and slam them.
Cool.
Okay, I have a much better answer. Okay, so as Liam said, inside the turtle shells there's nothing. There's a hell lot of a room though. You know?
Yeah.
So, what the government or the Illuminati, they're both the same thing. What they do is they inside the shell they align magnets. Okay, they fucking like put magnets all on the inside of it, right? And it's an electromagnet.
Whoa.
So, what they do is they shoot the shell out of the cannon, and once it gets to the first place person, they turn on the electromagnet, and he's dead.
Slam dunked.
Yeah, slam dunked. Hella right.
I'm gonna go with Liam for that point.
Fuck.
Yes.
That's a point for Mr. Glasses over here.
Oh damn.
We both wear glasses.
Okay, here we go. Okay, I have a crush on a guy who's about 1 to 2 inches tall. How would that work out, considering I'm 5'5"? Jai?
I sort of panicked then. I didn't really hear the question that well. Can I have a repeat of the question?
No, you can't.
No.
What? I don't understand. All I heard was there's a 2-inch tall guy that is actually 5 foot.
Don't tell him.
Okay. Alright. Considering I don't know, I'm just gonna fucking talk out of my ass. Alright.
Yeah, okay.
So, it's actually an illusion. It's an optical illusion. Alright. The 2-inch tall guy, alright, it looks like that down the hallway. They're like, oh, that guy's 2 inches tall. He's like right in front of me, but he's only 2 inches tall. But really, he's like 5 foot because he's really far down the hallway. So the person, right, you see this guy and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go pick him up because it's tiny as shit. You can't pick him up because it's tiny. So you're like, uh-oh. Then you try to pick him up and you get closer and closer and closer and you try and like hold him and then end up like touching this like 10 foot tall guy and you're just like, ha ha ha, XD, bye.
I can just tell you right now that you don't get a point for
What do you expect? I was talking out of my ass. Wait, what was the question?
The question was, I have a crush on a guy who's around 1 to 2 inches tall. How would that work out, considering I am 5'5"?
Oh.
Not he 5'5".
How would he be 2 inches tall?
By the magic of pain.
Okay, Liam, your turn.
Okay, so the word crush actually comes from the Greek word crochet.
Oh my god.
Which means to obliterate using one's foot. So I think the question here truly is, instead of I have a crush, it is I accidentally obliterated my 1 to 2 inch neighbor using my foot, and I'm 5.5 feet tall. So.
Okay. Now...
Oops.
What did you break?
A glass jar.
Oh. No.
Well, there was glass everywhere.
Just leave it there.
It doesn't matter. The show must go on.
Yeah. It adds suspense because now you can't leave.
Okay. Next question.
If Team Fortress 2 has a demo man, where's the full version man?
You have no idea how hard I have to shake this to get sound coming out of it.
Yeah, no, Liam, you got the thing. You got the thing.
Okay. So Demo Man. He's well known for being a bit of a rip-off, really. I mean, he does things in halves. And quite often he doesn't finish that half, he just half does it. Hence the name Demo Man. So what he does is he comes up to a building and he goes to demolish it, but he actually only destroys half of it. And his alternate name is actually EA because what he does is he demolishes half of the building, and then since there's half the building left, you have to get rid of the other half. But what he does is he says, well, I gave you half of it. That was a demo. Now you got to pay $16,000 for the DLC. Wink, wink. Plus 40 hours in game time. Wink, wink. They call me EA. Wink, wink.
Great job. I'm gonna go with Jai for that one.
I didn't even say anything.
Yeah! Thanks, Matt. 1 point.
Exactly. I totally wasn't paying attention, but exactly.
Thanks, man.
Sorry.
Alright, next question.
Oh, yeah, next question.
Who's gonna point the fuck off?
I was just sitting here, and I just, was looking at, the questions and just, left. My mind just walked away.
He actually put himself on mute. That's the part you guys can't see. He put himself on mute, so he probably just, snorted a line.
Quick fact. Alright, is alcohol strong or weak against grass-type Pokemon? That's a Jai, yep.
Well, okay. So, grass-type Pokemon, okay? Grass. What's another word for grass? Marijuana.
Ah.
So, when people smoke grass or marijuana, alright, they go, oh yeah, that's good shit, bro. Oh yeah, that's good shit, bro. Oh, I'm totally blazed right now. Anyway, lost of thought. Alright, so when you're fucking getting blazed, right, okay, what's the one thing that you don't want to do? You don't want to drink alcohol to fucking drown that shit out. No, you want to just fucking get off your fucking face. So, it is effective, but you don't want to use alcohol because nobody wants to affect their grass. You know?
Yeah.
Right, there we go.
Okay,
That's your turn, Liam.
Matt, I think the point goes to me for this one.
Yeah. You were sitting there going,
Okay, next question.
Alright, that goes to Liam.
What?
Whoever, first person to 6 wins, alright?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Where
It'll be here all fucking day.
On 2, Liam is on 4.
What?
Oh, rip.
What do you mean he's on 4?
What? Liam's on 4.
What do you mean he's on 4?
He's on 4, fuck off.
What? I call dog Wayne.
No, that's right. Watch, somewhere along the line I've accidentally ticked Liam instead of John, I bet you.
Oh my god. I swear to god if you have. fucking strangle you the next time I see you.
Which will be Sunday.
Yeah.
I'll give Jai a point just in case. Oh, here's a good one. This is actually a Thomas one. I'm not making this up. The engines have faces on their boilers, but boilers can be replaced. If they are replaced, do the faces transfer?
Ah.
Jai?
Okay, cool. Alright. So, you see, the faces are on the boilers, right? You said that.
Yeah, the boilers, not the boilers.
The faces are on the boilers, okay? So, what do you do when you go to when you boil water? What do you put in the water? You put spaghetti in the water.
Somebody touch my spaghetti.
You put spaghetti in the water, okay? Once you put spaghetti in the water, okay, it turns into limp pieces of
Your friend, that word is awkward.
Limp.
And the way you said it too, some limp pasta.
Alright, so it turns limp, alright? So wait, what was the question again?
No, I don't get to read it again. You have
Oh, for fuck's sake, I've forgotten the question. Hold on, I'll remember it. Okay, I'm gonna talk out of my ass because I don't actually remember the fucking question.
Something about limpness.
Once the spaghetti... Oh, I remember it! Okay, once the spaghetti... once the spaghetti gets limp, okay, Thomas is just like, oh no, that's fucking disgusting, and then he's just like, duh, 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 duh. He's out of there, right? He's fucking out of there. And then just imagine the Thomas the Tank Engine music in the background right now, and then it just sort of he goes right through the neighborhood, and then he sees Uncle Jimmy the engine getting changed, and he sees his limp wet noodle, and he goes, uh-oh, I don't want my boiler to be on that. So he just drives away in the opposite direction. He drives backwards, so that's the unfortunate part for Thomas, because for him driving backwards, he has when he drives backwards, he's forced to look at Uncle Jimmy's limp boiler.
Alright, Liam, what have you got?
So, you know how the faces are on the boilers, yeah? The faces aren't actually on the boilers. The faces are the boilers. So
Objection! That doesn't make any sense, Your Honor.
No, that makes...
Wait. When the boiler gets replaced...
Where's the evidence, Your Honor?
The face crawls out of the boiler.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I've seen that meme! No! No!
And then the boiler gets replaced, and Thomas simply crawls back in.
Oh, no.
Oh. As sad as it is, Liam's is the one that makes the most sense.
Oh, I know, which is fucking disgusting.
Better than Uncle Jim's limp.
He goes, Uncle Jim.
You dropped out after saying Uncle Jim.
Uncle Jim just cuts out and leave the Discord chat.
Uncle,
your power
there's
just
glass
goes out.
everywhere.
I'm giving that point to who do I give that to? I've got to give it to Jar because Jar made me laugh.
Oh hell yeah! So now we're even.
Damn.
Liam Maher. All right, next question, Samuel. So why did I call you Samuel? Next question, Samuel. You know, fucking Samuel.
What happens if a werewolf goes to the moon? I'll go with Jar for that one.
Oh hell yeah! Okay, so what happens when a werewolf goes to the moon? You say, okay. So how would he get there in the first place? Okay, first he has to go up into a rocket ship, or he just teleports there with the fucking power of, I don't know, Iron Man. Alright, so save. Okay, Iron Man will take him up. All right, we're just talking about the method. Okay, so Iron Man takes him up into space. All right, but the thing is, he needs oxygen protection. Okay, so he puts on his mask. He goes all the way to space. He goes all the way to space, right? And then once he's getting closer and closer towards the moon, he goes, I'm transforming! And then he goes, then he breaks out of his oxygen mask, right? And he goes, but then Iron Man, he's got a backup plan. So he just puts on a werewolf mask. He gets bitten a little bit, but you know what? He's okay. Flies up to the moon. He lands him on the moon. He leaves. Okay. So once the werewolf was on the moon, right, he's sitting up there. He's like,
let's mute him right
you,
now.
Sir, need Jesus.
I've just muted him, so
okay. My turn?
Okay, I'm regained my composure. Alright, so once he's up on the moon, you know, he's still doing his you know, just in the distance, just so.
Okay, no, he's done again. I can't. Oh fuck! I'm just sitting there and he's just going.
Calm down there, Matt. Don't get too excited.
Okay, I'm muted, Jai. You're good to go.
Okay, so, as everyone knows from watching Wallace and Gromit, the moon is actually made of cheese. Oh, I'm
not done! Alright, I promise I won't do any more. Okay. Okay. So once he's up on the moon, he's going to... Okay, that's an exception. Alright, please don't. Okay. Alright. So once he's up there, he's just like, oh, fuck. Is like, oh, crap, I'm on the moon, and I'm a werewolf. Oh, shit. So once it's a werewolf, you know, when werewolves are on the moon, they transform into, you know, wolves that have got limbs, human limbs, pretty much, right?
They're werewolves.
So, they're werewolves, okay? They're not actually wolves. They're just like they're wolves that walk on their two behinds. They're just, you know, they're just walking like that. So once he's up on the moon, okay, he gains so much power as a werewolf that he becomes a human, not a human. A talking werewolf. So he's like, oh crap, a werewolf, that's really cool. And then he's just like, oh crap. And then eventually when the sun goes around to the other side and it's just the dark side of the moon, he goes and he transforms back into a human, and the mask doesn't fit him anymore and he dies. I'm done.
I'm going, you know what we need to do? Liam, you need to send this to Jai.
I'm gonna do the best edit of this. This is gonna be safe.
Cut out all the funny bits of this and then put that into a video and over edit that with like pictures and shit because
I'm gonna do that.
Now what you need to do, okay, take the length of the video, so it's probably gonna be 45 minutes or something, unedited. Instead of editing it down to a reasonable time, just take that clip of Jai saying that and play it for 45 minutes on
You should just odd shot that little bit of him going oh, and then put that up as a video saying we can't put the video up yet because we're over recording.
Oh, that's the technical difficulties for our stream. That's just the screen that pops up when we've got technical difficulties. Just
Oh.
Alright, Liam, it's your turn.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Wallace and Gromit and cheese.
Yeah. So the so the moon.
Guy wins.
Oh, okay.
No, let Liam say his thing.
No.
Yeah.
Nah, don't worry about it. Give me another question.
Objection, Your Honor.
Don't give a fuck what you have to say. I make the rules. Okay. Via time travel, Jar Jar Binks is thrust into the Big Bang itself. As a result, all life forms are created in Jar Jar's image. How would this ultimate universe fare? Yes.
Okay. In his mind, after this, okay, everybody would finally accept him for not being, the shittest Star Wars character ever. Alright? In his mind, alright, when he flies into the Big Bang, he's like, okay, after I'm flown to the Big Bang, everybody's gonna love me. And then once he flies down to Earth and everybody's watching Star Wars, he's like, do you son like me? And he's just like, and everybody's just like, yes, we like you, Jar Jar, you're really cool. And he's like, oh, I'm really happy now. And he's like, oh, yay, you're really cool, Jar Jar. And then eventually he's just like, oh, yeah, Mr. Happy. Then he gets all the money because, everybody loves him. He just gets all the money in the world. And he goes spends it on fucking cocaine and hookers. And then he just gets into a deep state of depression. And he just loses all faith in humanity. So he gets Anakin to help him blow up. Not Anakin, he gets Luke to help him blow up the Earth like they blew up the Death Star.
Damn.
Okay.
That had a really dark turn.
Alright, Liam, have you got anything better, or are you gonna forfeit the point?
Okay, so Jar Jar Binks, when thrown into the into the Big Bang, time itself stops. And it reverses even.
I thought time actually stopped then because it just all went quiet. Time stopping because I wouldn't be speaking like this.
Okay, so Jar Jar Binks gets thrown into the black hole. Time reverses. Not the black hole, so the Big Bang. And every creature on the planet is now created in Jar Jar Binks' image. So, Jar Jar Binks acts in the Star Wars movie, and nobody bats an eye. There is humans, right? And everyone thinks the humans are dumb as hell and gay and all that. And they think, and so you have Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan dies, and everyone's like, oh, thank God he's gone. What an annoyance he was, wasn't he? And then Darth Vader takes off his mask, and then they reveal that he's actually a human, and everyone goes, oh, I hate humans. Humans are so annoying, and they talk in human noises, and and they just find it really, really just disturbingly annoying.
Oh yeah, because all the humans, or not humans, all the Jar Jars think that Mr. So happy, blah 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 is normal.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give that point to Liam.
Damn.
Oh,
how many points are we on? 5-5.
So whoever wins this wins the whole entire game.
Oh, it's a showdown. Alright. I'm waiting for the question.
I'm going to edit this question, okay? So I'm going to read it the way it is written first, and I'm going to read it the way I think it should be written next, right? So, since the TARDIS is alive, where do the Doctor and his companions use the restroom? What I think it should be is, since the TARDIS is alive, does the TARDIS see the Doctor taking a wank?
Pardon? Sorry,
what? Say it again?
Does the TARDIS see the Doctor doing his companions? Ooh, I'm gonna give that to Liam.
I didn't make a single noise, but okay.
What the fuck was that? Matt, objection!
I thought I heard the water bottle.
Yeah, because it was drinking.
No, it was sitting away from me. I hadn't even touched it.
What the fuck?
I forgot to pick it up.
But it goes to Jai.
Okay, so I have a question.
But the point still goes to me, right?
Okay, Matt, are we answering the actual question or the question that you or what you replaced it with?
Whichever you want.
Okay, I'm gonna answer for your one. That's the one where they does the TARDIS see the Doctor having sex?
Yep.
Okay, so Short answer is no. Because, you see, the TARDIS is alive. The TARDIS is looking on the outside. It's got eyes on the outside. You see that little part that's on the top of the police box, and it goes like that. It's like a light, just like around like that. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's on the top of the TARDIS. That's his eyes. He's just looking around, or she, I don't discriminate. So it's just looking around. It's just, So when someone goes inside you, you don't see... When someone goes inside you, you don't see what's going inside you anymore because it's already inside you. You don't have eyes inside of you. So the Doctor, when he goes inside and fucking has a shag a lot, right? Shag a lot? He has a gangbang with his fucking other 200 doctors or whatever.
Yeah.
And after he's, done his, alright, he comes out and the TARDIS just sees him and it's just like, oh, he must have had a good time controlling me around and going through time, So he just looks at him like that, but really he doesn't know that the TARDIS really doesn't know that the Doctor is actually just everywhere inside, and the TARDIS is pregnant.
That's great.
That's my final answer.
I don't think I can beat that literally or figuratively.
Liam wins for that.
No!
I'm joking. Jai wins.
What? Liam hasn't even said his thing.
I said I couldn't beat it, literally or figuratively.
Oh, you can. Oh, I won.
I forfeited the point. You get it.
Yeah.
Yay!
Okay, can we remove him from the call now?
Yes.
Okay.
What?
Actually, just remove him from the. I'll just there we go. That's better.
Did you kick him?
No, just muted him. Actually,
thanks for watching, everyone. We're totally going to over-edit this, and totally isn't going to be a full stream. So, hope you enjoyed this shit show.
I can't unmute Jai.